Thought I'd go over this business of the tweeter install. These were the original stock, and I have them still hooked up here. And then this is the Rockford Fosgate 2652-S 6.5-inch speakers with tweeters component. I didn't think this was going to get so involved, but anyway, Crutchfield sends these things, this guy, but they're blanks. They don't have holes in them, so you have to cut, or at least I did. So first thing I found out was that it's too long. This end and this end, they don't even fit in there. So let's see if I got one that's done. I'll show you the one that's done. So I have so much stuff these days, I'm starting to lose it. Okay, so you can see where I had to carve off the end, and I deepened the hole here a little bit. Same here, I cut off the end a little bit and deepened the hole inward a little bit. For the hole, I didn't have, I think it calls for 1 3/4 inch hole bit for my drill. I had 1 5/8, so you know, I don't know what it was, but anyway, it was, you know, I cut that, and then I took one of these guys in my Dremel and just kept going around and checking, going around checking till I got it about right, and the thing fits in there snug. So it's the best I could do right now. So that was, like I say, more involved than I had anticipated, but I'm about to do the left side. The right side, I've gotten it to where it should sit in there and screw in. Of course, I need to connect the wires and everything. So I tell you what, I even borderline thought about taking this and just ripping out this speaker. Maybe it would have been a good idea. I don't know. Just coring it out, see how much depth I could get out of it. But I hate it too. Those are perfectly good speakers, probably. So anyway, this will be fine. And when I get this. Get my pieces parts here together, I'll show you how it goes together, because it's a little it takes a little bit of thought anyway, but it's not too bad once you do the first one. So here's the tweeter parts kind of spread out. Now this is a flush mount, which is what I'm doing because it needs to be in order to fit in those same speaker slots. What you do is put this guy, you can see the edges are not completely round, but anyway, so rotate it around to find a good spot. That's pretty snug right there. And then this part, the bigger part, goes beneath. Okay, and there's a number of sizes of screws. This one will work. There's another one that's longer. Either one. And the first one I did, I was probably a little more careful than I'm going to be with this one because, oops, yeah, I did crack it. I was about to say because it's metal. Okay, but I cracked it anyway, and you know, it's just cracked a little, so it should be fine. But anyway, that's good that I show you this, because there's a space between here, and you know, it could be you want to use the longer screw. It sticks out to about here, but if you got space down below, it's not going to matter. So anyway, there's that, and then you put the tweeter in place. You're going to want the terminals to go where the slots are. Here and here is how they fit in, and these are bent outward, and they're going to need to be bent in a little bit in order to fit. So put the wires through one side and try to line them up with one of the slots there. There's the magic snap there. Okay, and then you have securing rings. They have a gold one and a sort of silverish looking one. It's not going to matter because these are going to be hidden anyway, but I'll just kind of use the silver one. I don't know why the silver didn't have a cover on it, but the gold one did. Had a little piece of plastic protective stuff, so this will snap on. Okay, the deal with this was that the speaker itself was not sitting flush enough, so I took it out and dremeled a little bit of a notch I saw in the plastic on one side, and then got it to pop down flush, and then this guy went on. So gold it is. I think we got one gold and one silver, so there we go. So the one thing I haven't done is shave these off, and I probably should have done that first, but I need to make this one more like this one in order for it to work. So get on with that. Okay, so I quickly kind of dremeled this to be about like the other one. A little piece of box tape on there to protect it from plastic junk falling in there. So now I'm going to try to go crimp some ends on these, or whatever I need to do to hook them up. So this is the crossover that these guys are going to have to connect to, and Crutchfield sent me all female connectors, and these are female connectors, so either I'm going to snip these off and connect wire, which is probably what I'll do, I guess, but directly to the tweeter output. Let's see, negative, positive. So here's the 6.5s, and I want to mention that these adapters that came with the speakers are pretty fragile. And it really bothers me actually, because this is a one size fits both of their products, 5.5 or 5.25 and the 6.5 speaker. So to make this work, you have to crack off, and you'll see it all over the floor, all this junk, in order to widen the diameter to make the speaker fit. And I don't know, I think it kind of weakened. I end up cracking one of these somewhere. Yeah, there you go, right here. That's pretty tight. It's not a big deal, but still, just letting you know that when you're breaking it with pliers or whatever, be careful. I don't know that I did it then. I might have weakened it, but I definitely did it screwing it in. So there's not a whole lot of screw holes that match up either. That's a weird thing about this. Just 3. I just kept rotating, trying to find something, but you know, you think for a product, it's the problem is they made it for both speakers, and to me, I just think for this quality and the amount of money and all that, I think it was a really, really bad decision to make this compatible with both and make it meh for both. It should have been this made specifically for this speaker, you know, and I will take off a star for that, you know, for whatever. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get one of these wired up. I also got a box of these guys, and I just applied these. It's pretty sticky. You remove the backing and wind it around, and yay. And this will press up against the door and supposedly focus the sound. Don't know if that's going to happen or not, but there are people who think this stuff works, so I'll give it a shot. Anyhow, back to the wiring.